Hello everybody, my name is Lori, and this is my informative speech on Australian Shepherds. Have you ever seen a sign for free puppies and thought to yourself, sure, I'll take one home, how hard could it be? Well, it is important to yourself, for your family, and for the dog that you do the research on the breed before you adopt. With the assistance of www.comparativecanines.com, I have come up with a couple graphs I want to show you that shows comparisons of 5 different breeds. These breeds are the Chihuahua, the Beagle, the Australian Shepherd, the American Cocker Spaniel, and the Afghan. In this graph here, you can see it. This graph shows Chihuahuas and Australian Shepherds get along best with older children and are tolerant of other animals. They are not as tolerant of young children and strangers as Beagles, American Cocker Spaniels, and Afghans are. And this graph shows the intelligence levels. Beagles and Australian Shepherds are extremely intelligent, while Chihuahuas, American Cocker Spaniels, and Afghans have average intelligence. It is important that you choose the right breed for your family, and the breed that I am going to teach you guys about is the Australian Shepherd, and that is because they are a very high maintenance dog. Despite their name, Australian Shepherds were actually bred in North America, and they were used during the California Gold Rush to help herd sheep out west. And according to an article titled Australian Shepherds by Britannica in 2009, January 2009, they are used today in Australia to herd sheep. Australian Shepherds come in different colors. They come in black, red, blue merle. Blue merle is like black marbled with gray, and red merle, and that is red marbled with silver. Now, the dog I had, Dakota, he was an Australian Shepherd. He was a blue merle, and you can see that he has a lot of white on his face. Well, what happens when Australian Shepherds have a lot of white is they tend to have either hearing problems or deafness, or they're blind. And he had a very hard time seeing. He wasn't blind, but it wasn't easy for him. And this right here is Bella, and she is a black Australian Shepherd. And those tend to not have as many health problems. According to another article I read from November of 2009 called Mutation in HSF4 and associated with heredity cataract in the Australian Shepherds, they had taken DNA samples from 400 Australian Shepherds, and they found out that the ones that were carrying this gene were 17 times more likely to have binocular cataracts in their eyes. When people don't do research before they adopt animals, too many of them end up going into shelters because people, they didn't know anything about them before they adopted them. And this could be a problem with Australian Shepherds, because if you don't realize that the more white that they have, the more problems they could have, some people don't want to deal with that, and they end up taking them to a shelter. Another issue that people have with them is they are very high energy, and they are very intelligent, and they can find their way out of baby gates you could put up to keep them locked in a location. And since they are herding dogs, they feel like they need a job to do, and if they don't have something to keep their mind occupied, they tend to be destructive. So if you want to get one, you have to remember to have toys that work their brains, and we like to use the laser pointer for Bella because it stimulates her mind and it wears them out faster so that they're not as destructive. They are also incredibly loyal, and they tend to pick one person in the family that they attach themselves to. So that's another thing to think about. You don't want other people in the family feeling hurt because one dog follows one person around. It's just the way they are. So in conclusion, they're very active. They need a lot of exercise. It's good to have a place that has a big yard, somewhere for them to run. You need to be willing to walk them and just take your time and be patient with them because they are amazing family dogs. So thank you very much.